Hey, in this video, I want to talk to you about the BRRRR method that you may have seen out there if you want to be a home buyer, and that's the buy, renovate, refinance, and keep repeating. That's the way a lot of investors will begin to build their real estate portfolio. But let's say, for instance, that you want to buy your first property, and it's going to be your owner-occupied residence. One of the best ways to start is with a multifamily. So I'm going to give you an example of how FHA financing can benefit first-time home buyers that are buying multifamilies. Now I'm going to use a 2-family as an example. If you're buying a 3 to 4 family with FHA financing, one of the provisions is that the property meets what's known as self-sufficiency. What that means is lenders look at the market rents, not actual. Lenders look at the market rents for the unit that you're going to live in, as well as the other 2 or 3 units, and they take 75% of that number of what those market rents are, and your mortgage payment either has to be equal or less to that. I'm going to use a 2-family right now for this example of how you can use a multifamily with FHA financing in order to get a second property and also to help you build up capital. Now with FHA financing, the down payment, there's a lot of flexibility on how the down payment works. It's a 3.5% minimum down payment. You could use a 401k loan. You can use a gift. You can use financing from a family member to help you with down payment. You could, if you had something of value, let's say that you have art or collectibles, as long as there's a paper trail, you could sell those and use that for the monies for down payment. Here's where having the multifamily is exciting, is that if you want to get into another property, let's say you want to have a single family. I love to give the example of, let's use a 5-year example, and let's say that you save half of the rent for those 5 years. But let's say 2 out of those 5 years were not good years. And I'm going to use $1,600 as the rent. In some higher areas, you might be getting $2,000 or $2,500 in rent. But for this example, let's use $1,600. Let's say you save half the rent. You do it for 36 months. At the end of 36 months, you've got, well, actually, at the end of 5 years, you've got $28,800. So why do I use that over 5 years? Let me go back on this. Let's say 2 out of those 5 years aren't good. You have vacancies, you've got to fix stuff. And you follow this and you follow this for 5 years, you've got potential to have almost $29,000 in the bank. And what can you do with that? That's your next down payment for your next property. That's also the house's working capital. So if there's additional repairs that need to be done, that's monies that you can pick at. And the reason why I'm using a 2-family, it's not always recommended, but with a 2-family with FHA financing, FHA doesn't require what's known as reserves. Now, is that smart? What are reserves? Reserves are the monies that you have left over in the bank after closing. FHA on a 2-family says, hey, you can have $0. Now, again, I'm telling you, it's not smart. It's not smart to get a house when you don't have money left over in the bank. But when it's a 2-family, you've got the ability to build up that money with your tenant's rent. So if you want to do the BRRRR method on your own with a house hack, start out with a 2-family. Reach out if we can help on this. Leave a comment. Please be sure to give a like and subscribe. And thanks for watching.